Hi everyone, welcome to My English. I'm Hira and today we are here to discuss another question type in listening module, which is completion type and short answer questions. Well, this is not really a very difficult question type, but then yes, it should be discussed, and today we'll be taking up unsolved exercises based on the same. So let's get started with the completion type questions. In this lesson, we will be discussing the different question types of the completion type questions. We'll take a look at the tips. How should you address a particular completion type question, and we'll take up a solved exercise in the end. Types, it could be sentence completion, it could be notes completion, and it could be summary completion besides short answer type question. So this completion type can take the form of form, note, table, completion. It is important that you take a note of the instructions. Instructions means I'm specifically talking about the word limit. So do not ever exceed the word limit given in the instructions. You will be provided with 30 seconds for each set of questions. So use those 30 seconds given prior to playing the audio wisely to quickly read, understand the questions, and this helps you make a guess on what you might hear. So what you're doing is when you're reading is you're also trying to predict the answers. Okay. Of course, don't leave any question unattempted, unanswered. Make sure that you don't make any spellings or grammatical errors. If you write a wrong spelling, you will lose marks. Now, when it comes to summary completion, you should first look at the sentences. Try to understand the general meaning. Then, use the sentences to predict what you're going to hear. This will help you follow the listening and hopefully get the correct answers more easily, right? Next thing is you have to remember that the sentences are just paraphrases of what you will hear. So you will therefore need to think about what they might have changed the sentence. For example, the sentence might say, the Dash family structure has changed greatly in the last 50 years. But in the listening, you might hear in the last half century, the nuclear family unit had been altered significantly. So you need to write nuclear family as your answer. So next you need to look at the gaps. Try to predict what the answer will be, right? You can predict what type of word will, fit grammatically, like verb, noun, adjective, and predict the content based on the other words around it. Then you should be also very careful not to go over the word limit. After you read the instructions, you've gone through the questions as well. So now you're fully prepared to listen and fill in the gap with the correct information. Now, let's take a look at the steps that you should be following to do the completion type questions. And like I said, this includes all the completion type questions. So the first thing you do is you read the instructions, especially for the word limit. And after that, you read the question carefully. Read for the keywords, that's important. Then you try and predict the answers. Sometimes you know what the answer could be, and you are also training your mind what to hear for. When you are, doing the completion type, the sentence completion questions, you are looking at the words around the gap to kind of predict what could be the right answer. Focus on listening. Don't get discouraged if you have lost one answer. Very important. Write the answer as spoken in the audio. Do not paraphrase your answers as you've listened to the audio. The question can get paraphrased, but the answer will not get paraphrased. Let's solve a problem, and this, like I said, it is a completion type exercise and it is based on Cambridge 16 academic test number 2. It is notes completion exercise, and let's take a look at the questions first. So first is instructions. Write one word only. Health benefits of dance. Now let's read the questions. Recent findings. So these are the recent findings in notes. And experiments on university students suggested that dance increases what? Okay. For those with mental illness, dance could be used as a form of dash. Okay. Benefits of dance for older people. Then benefits of Zumba. You won't be able to read the entire note in 30 seconds. So let's get going. I'm going to play the audio now.
Part 4. You will hear a sports science student giving a presentation on the health benefits of dance. First, you have some time to look at questions 31 to 40. Now listen carefully and answer questions 31 to 40.
Dancing is something that humans do when they want to have a good time. It's a universal response to music found in all cultures. But what's only been discovered recently is that dancing not only makes us feel good, it's also extremely good for our health. Dancing, like other forms of exercise, releases hormones, such as dopamine, which make us feel relaxed and happy. And it also reduces feelings of stress or anxiety. Dancing is also a sociable activity, which is another reason it makes us feel good. One study compared people's enjoyment of dancing at home in front of a video with dancing in a group in a studio. The people dancing in a group reported feeling happier, whereas those dancing alone did not. In another experiment, university researchers at York and Sheffield took a group of students and sent each of them into a lab where music was played for 5 minutes. Each had to choose from 3 options: to sit and listen quietly to the music, to cycle on an exercise bike while they listened, or to get up and dance. All were given cognitive tasks to perform before and after. The result showed that those who chose to dance showed much more creativity when doing problem-solving tasks. Dr. Lovett at the University of Hertfordshire believes dance could be a very useful way to help people suffering from mental health problems. He thinks dance should be prescribed as therapy to help people overcome issues such as depression. It's well established that dance is a good way of encouraging adolescent girls to take exercise. But what about older people? Studies have shown that there are enormous benefits for people in their 60s and beyond. One of the great things about dance is that there are no barriers to participation. Anyone can have a go, even those whose standard of fitness is quite low. Dance can be especially beneficial for older adults who can't run or do more intense workouts, or for those who don't want to. One 2015 study found that even a gentle dance workout helps to promote a healthy heart. And there's plenty of evidence which suggests that dancing lowers the risk of falls, which could result in a broken hip, for example, by helping people to improve their balance. There are some less obvious benefits of dance for older people too. One thing I hadn't realised before researching this topic was that dance isn't just a physical challenge. It also requires a lot of concentration, because you need to remember different steps and routines. For older people, this kind of activity is especially important because it forces their brain to process things more quickly and to retain more information. Current research also shows that dance promotes a general sense of well-being in older participants, which can last up to a week after a class. Participants report feeling less tired and having greater motivation to be more active and do daily activities such as gardening or walking to the shops or a park. Ballroom or country dancing, both popular with older people, have to be done in groups. They require collaboration and often involve touching a dance partner, all of which encourages interaction on the dance floor. This helps to develop new relationships and can reduce older people's sense of isolation, which is a huge problem in many countries. I also looked at the benefits of Zumba. 15 million people in 180 countries now regularly take a Zumba class, an aerobic workout based on Latin American dance moves. John Porcari, a professor of exercise and sports science at the University of Wisconsin analysed a group of women who were Zumba regulars and found that a class lasting 40 minutes burns about 370 calories. This is similar to moderately intense exercises like step aerobics or kickboxing. A study in the American Journal of Health Behavior showed that when women with obesity did Zumba 3 times a week for 16 weeks, they lost an average of 1.2 kilos and lowered their percentage of body fat by 1%. More importantly, the women enjoyed the class so much that they made it a habit and continued to attend classes at least once a week. Very unusual for an aerobic exercise program. Dance is never going to compete with high-intensity workouts when it comes to physical fitness gains, but its popularity is likely to keep on rising because it's such a fun way to keep fit.
That is the end of part 4.
So let's check our answers. The first one we had was creativity. This next one is therapy. Then we have fitness. Then it is balance. Okay. Then we have brain. 36 is motivation. 37 is isolation. 38 is calories. 39 is obesity. And 40 is habit. So I'll come up with the next lesson very soon. Till then, take care and God bless. Bye-bye.